back here for a second because I'm going to grab this sand and some dirt because we're going to need it for our next project. I will show you what it is. Let's go on back. Now, obviously there's still work to be done there, but I'm going to take a break from that. And I want to get some wood being produced, and we talked about that earlier. Excuse me, with the hiccups. We need to make an arboretum and a logger. So let's start with the arboretum. Let me see this. Let's get these out of the way for now. We're going to need them for the raw materials for this, and we're going to need those as well. And then why don't we get some of these ores going in our macerators. So get some tin and some copper, and then we'll come back for these. The monazite I'm not grinding up right now because I don't know what to do with forcisium yet, and it stores a lot more compactly that way. And then the apatite we're actually going to use, so let's take a stack of it and leave it with this stuff for now. So we're going to make an arboretum. I know we're going to need to make this, so let's go ahead. We're going to make some diamantium tubes, electron tubes. So I'll show you what those are about. That's going to happen in the thermionic fabricator. We're spending 5 whole diamonds for this, but hopefully it means I will never have to chop wood again. So it's going to take at least 1 glass. What the heck, let's spend 2. Let's turn it on. And then what should happen, yeah, it's getting power. Once a little power builds up, the glass is going to melt, and then once that happens, we're going to get the diamantium electron tubes. This must be the minimum threshold because I can't move that. So it will come. I'll bring you back to it when it gets there. Okay, just reaching that threshold, I believe. That's a threshold. And as we power up, we should get some molten glass any second and some diamantium tubes. There's our liquid glass. There's our diamantine electron tubes. I think it's going to use some glass when I pull this away. It is. And so we've got those, so some very expensive tubes. And let's see which, oh yeah, it's this chest. While we're at it, let's do this, because we're also going to need some gold electron tubes for the logger. And while we got this thing all fired up, let's go ahead and use that energy we've spent. Kaboom. Okay, I think we're done with this. So let's turn it off. And also for these, we're going to need circuit boards, small circuit boards. I've got one, and then here are the materials for another. Oops, I don't need the apatite. And we're going to need some water for this too, because we're going to use the carpenter for this. You can hear the macerator going. So let's turn the carpenter on, and I figured out how to use it now. I was having a hard time before. Let's put that in. It takes the bottle. I was trying to right-click things into place, is what I'm used to, but actually you left-click them into place, and the right-click erases them. And you notice it's not actually even taking the items, it's just leaving a ghost of them. And then you put them there to be used, and that's your store of stuff. And then I believe 1 tin, 1 in the middle. So yep, that's the recipe for the small circuit board, and as soon as I place this down, it's going to make one. So now we have 2 small circuit boards, and we're done with this. That's just a recipe, they're not real, so we'll just go ahead and leave that in there because we don't know what we're going to make next. And now I'm at the point where I need to look stuff up. And let's see if we got any room in here. Yep, let's put those in there. Double them. And remember, all those ores that I showed you we earned over there are going to be doubled. Thanks to the way the macerator works. Okay, so let's see if we've got everything. And I did store some other stuff over here, so I know I'm going to need these too. Might as well put these in as well. This is going to be for a combustion engine. We'll get to that. And that's going to be necessary as part of this as well. So let's look up arboretum. And oh, that's left over from being creative. I'm sorry for my test world. Let's go back to recipe mode. I swear to God, I have not been cheating. I just use that when I'm in my creative test world. So let's try that again. And there's the recipe. And I think we have everything on us. Yes, yes, we do. Oh, okay, we need to make the sturdy casing. So, and it looks like we're going to need to make 2 sturdy casing. We need one for the logger as well. So, let's make them now. And put this in there as our small circuit board. I only need one of them in there right now. And then let's spend our diamantine tubes. I was like, what the heck is a diamantine tube? It's like, oh, it's made of diamonds, of course. Oh, and that made the logger. Oh well, we're gonna need it. And so the arboretum must be the gold ones? Huh, let's see. Let's see. And there's the gold ones. Yep, that's the arboretum. I guess the logger is more valuable. Okay, I had it reversed. So we've got those 2 fine things. And they're going to need power though before we use them. So I actually should have done that first. Because we're not going to be able to see them in action quite yet. I'm going to put them here where I have been logging. And I'm just going to show you how I've been doing this. It's got to go to explosive because anything else burns it. And you have to be careful because I've blown a pit here before and I don't want to do that. But just to get the top part of this, oops. I do that. Your aim's got to be real careful. And it blows up all your saplings. You know, I don't know if you lose any with this or not. Oh, the jetpack doesn't work unless you put it on. I don't know if you lose any or not. It looks like I may have, huh? So I probably shouldn't really be doing the multiple explosions. Somehow I'm assuming, because this is for mining, that it doesn't actually lose items. But I don't know that. And thank you for not blowing up my chest. Anyway, this is me trying to take shortcuts instead of doing it by hand like I have done for my Minecrafting career. But we're working on actually taking the appropriate shortcut at this point. So where's my axe? I don't have it. I'll get rid of this and I'll be back. Oh yeah, and while I'm back down here, always turn off your machines so you don't use all your lava doing nothing, as I am prone to do. Oh, and good thing I caught those dust. This must have been full of something else, so I should have waited. Yeah, I think that was all of it. Okay, hopefully, oopsie. Hopefully we didn't lose anything. Oh, and also in what I gained was 1 uranium and 1 iridium, as well as almost a stack of flint. I got this all cleaned up, and without power these aren't going to work yet, but let's set them down anyway just so we clear a little bit more space in our inventory. Find a nice center point. Let's put it about, let's say, right there. No, a little further back. Can we pick it up? We can. Let's then try here, because it's going to use up a pretty big area around it. And then for now, let's put the logger down as well, right next to it. So what we're going to need to do is finally go get that oil. So I need to make, oops, that's not my way down. That's my way down. I need to make another pump. The ingredients of which, see, that's the combustion engine that's going to power it. Let's just make that now, since I've already looking at it. So that's going to be, we're going to need, we're going to make 6 gears. They're going to be 6 iron gears. So we got to turn these wood gears into cobblestone gears, or stone gears. Put these back. And then these stone gears are then going to turn into iron gears. So got that. Put these back. And actually we're going to need these up here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then engines always have glass there for some reason. Divide the gears up and put these 3 pistons in here. And we finally have some combustion engines. Okay, so we'll be using those in a bit. And we got our trees that we're going to use. Also, to pump the oil in here, oops, we're going to need a bunch of waterproof pipe. And I don't know how much we're going to need. And since we'll always use this later, and the materials are cheap, let's just make a bunch. Okay, and then that cleans up our inventory a little bit too. Put that last bit of cactus waterproofing away. And let me see, we don't need this bone meal on us. And let me go get my pocket crafting table, and then I'll be right back for this. Okay, got that. And let me find where I've laid out, here it is, the stuff I'm going to need for the pump. And I put this stuff here and this stuff, and I don't think I'll need these things the way it is. They say when you're pumping oil that it's a good idea to wall off the water from it if it's in water, because it will also suck the water up as well, and then you'll need a separate tank for storage. We'll get to that. But this one's mostly on land. So let me see. To make the miner, we need to make a miner, and that turns into a pump. And did I get everything I needed? I think I did. I know the, I don't know if I have this from memory yet, but I know that the miner needs a iron pick, so we're going to need that. And I've already made some tin gears. There's only one. I need to look it up. So let's get out of my hand. And so this is the pump, the BuildCraft pump, as opposed to the IndustrialCraft pump. And it's a tank plus a mining well. And I did have it. Okay, so yeah, 6 iron ingots and the tin gear. Oh, I don't have enough iron ingots, so oops, what the heck. Okay, let's get out of there. And let's get some more iron. Okay, and then let's try it again. So it was that plus that plus that. Did I get them in the right pattern? I'll find out in a second. Apparently not. Oh gosh. Let's put the redstone in the middle. I don't know what it is, even though I just saw it. I was pretty close. What's wrong? Oh, that's tin. We need an iron one, right? I think. Let's see. Back to this. Iron gear. Okay, that's the issue. So rather than waste that tin gear, let's grab this stuff back and grab a wood gear and turn it into an iron gear. Oh, I always forget. You need to do stone first. Wood, then stone, then metal. Okay. Iron gear. And then now we should be good to go to make a mining well. And then that mining well plus a tank, which we're going to need many more of later to store all our oil, plus that equals the pump. So we've got the pump, we've got the redstone engines to power it. It should be enough. We could put that tin gear back. I forget what I was going to use that for. Let's just stow it here for now. And we've got the waterproof pipe. We don't have a waterproof wood pipe on us to get stuff out of the pump. In fact, you know what? Actually, I remember you don't need it to get it out of the pump. So we can skip that. It's going to actively push stuff out of it. But what we will need is a tank, a few tanks for everything to go into as we pump it over here. So let's just make like 4 of them. And the next step after this, if we get the oil over here, not if, but when, is going to be, we're also going to need to make a refinery, which is a bit expensive. Let's put this glass away. Let's put that little bit of iron away. And let's go see if we can pump some oil. We got losing our day, but I think we're going to be alright. Let's head over to the oil well. It's not a well yet, but it's about to be. Now the thing I don't know is where's the best place to grab the oil from. Tempted to put it right down the middle, but I'm kind of afraid I'm going to mess the thing up too. So for now, let's start taking it from a side and see what happens. Worst thing that can happen is it doesn't work. How about there? Yeah, that should be okay. And then let's get rid of those. And I'm acting like this is toxic, but it's not. You can get right in there. Everything's benign here. So let's put our pump down, or up, and come on, I'm fighting the flow here. I'm going to put it right on the side. And it's dropping this little tube. So that's good. Oops. Come on, you can do it. Get on up here. Yeah, okay, so let's start to power it. First, let's put the pipe that we're going to come out of. So we're going to come over here. Let's do a shift right click. Get that on there. And then we want to get not the combustion engines, but the redstone engines. And we've got 4 faces we can put it on. You know, I think they can also give power to each other, and probably I can have these all go into a gold conductive pipe as well, but I'll just keep it simple for now. I think this will work fine. And then to start pumping, all we need to do is give these guys a redstone signal. So we just got to get some places in here for some levers to go. We'll do a shift right click there so we can get that over there. And actually, let me leave that for a second. Get that. So let me see. Can we grab both of them with that? I think so. This we need some levers. Get those. Put them down. And so we can grab these 2 with that. And then these 2 with that. Yes? Yes. So we're pumping. So now I just need to get this pipe from here over to there, which is no big deal. But just so I don't have to make it too exciting for myself, I'm going to go sleep and make it daytime again. And I'll see you when I've gotten somewhere with that. Love me my nano saber. If I can remember to turn it off. Now I really don't want to cover my landscape with pipes and things, but this is just going to be temporary. You can see the oil's already coming nicely through it. It's not totally full until it backs up, but I think it's going to give us oil faster than we can use it. But anyway, since this is going to be temporary, we're just going to put it on the third block up, just too high so we can walk underneath it. And then when the oil well runs dry, which it will, we'll get rid of it. And we'll just leave it that height for now because we're going to raise up again. So I won't bother you guys with this part. I'm just going to get this pipe over there and then we'll go to the next step. Okay, here's a lesson learned, I think. I just got the pipe over there, and I've already used up all of the spillage around here. We still got this right here, so I'll move it over and we'll see how much we've got, but dang. That went pretty quick. It was like less oil than it could fill the pipe. So hopefully all our oil's over here waiting for us and we didn't lose it. I don't know how that works. I don't see a lot of oil sitting here. But let's put our tanks down and see what happens. So, oops, that's not a tank. That's a pipe. That's a tank. That's a tank. And let's connect it up and actually see if we can get some oil in here. I better. Okay, here it comes. Oops. Coming along. Where'd it go? Come on, you can make it over. Yeah, the pumping power is not that great, but it was enough to clean up that whole area. I guess we got to put it right on top. Yeah, before I dismantle it, I'm just going to take the time to see how much this fills up. Now that's not connecting. Oh, it is. It is. It's just for some reason it doesn't look like it's connecting. Okay, well, we've got our first oil in a tank. That's good. We're going to use this resource up. Although it's really glad I didn't depend on it to start with, because it doesn't look as great as I imagined. But let's see when we put the well in the main area of it. Okay, so we're back to the main little shaft here. I just want to show you this part because I think it's cool still. I love how this little thing comes down. The little stripy tube going to get that oil. Okay, so I'm going to set up those engines again. These engines, and I'll bring you back when I'm done with that. Okay, I got my little eccentric engine setup going. Let's turn it on and see what happens. We're going to pump some oil. Maybe. Waiting for it. Here it comes. Okay. We lost one block already. I think each one of these might be a source block. Hopefully that goes down all the way to bedrock, and we'll get 64 source blocks of oil, I guess. We'll see. And I don't know how much that really leads to as far as power. You know, and we got 3 more oil wells that way that we can do the same thing with. We'll just tap them into the same line and see what it takes for this to really add up to something. So I'll bring you back to show you the results. It's starting to fill up a little bit. These are still warming up. We're only in green right now. I just want to show you this I discovered. It's down here. We got a nice little pool of it in this cavern. And it goes down and down and down. So we'll see what we get. You can see as the redstone engines warm up, we're starting to get a more steady trickle. And actually got something you can see going on. I stacked this up just so that gotta make sure that I don't lose any. I'm sure if this gets full, hopefully this will just back up. Yeah, we got our first oil getting stored up. So while that's pumping, let's work on our refinery. Oh, and you can see that our diamonds that were up to 30 something before are now down to 20 because we're about to use 4 of them. Let me grab some redstone real quick before I get into there. You know, I had some redstone torches somewhere. Here we go. I think that's what I need. Let's check it out. Refinery. Yeah, I think we can do this now. So it's 3 tanks, 2 redstone torches, and a diamond gear. It says here that the diamond gear has to progress from a gold gear and an iron gear. I'm gonna verify that for myself, and actually I'm gonna grab the wood gear to start with here. So let's try that out, and I'm just gonna be a noob and keep that up there. Alright, so we know we need to go from wood to stone. Oops. Can we go straight to diamond? Nope, it does not work. So we definitely have to spend all those materials. So we go iron, and we got the iron gear. Oops, yeah, that's in there. Gold, got the gold gear, and diamond. 4 diamonds for our refinery. Woo, let's hope this oil thing turns out to be worth it. Okay, so we got that. Let's put it aside for a second. We need to make 3 tanks. And I may need some more tanks too, so let's just let's make a bunch of tanks. Alright, let's see how many tanks we can make. Let's make 8 tanks. Boom. Okay. I'm hoping I'll need more tanks. That's optimistic thinking. And put our diamond gear in there and our 2 redstone torches. And kablooey, we've got our first refinery. And that is also going to need to be powered. Oh, look at that. It's filling up. Let's get some sleep. And turn it back to daytime. Okay, so we're getting some oil. Looks like it's still coming. And none of this is going to stay out here, but I think this is all very temporary, so let's just keep it easy on ourselves, not create anything extra, and plop down our refinery. We're also going to need a power strategy for it, so we got to figure that out. But there is a refinery. So the minimal showings at first are actually adding up. So it looks like we're getting somewhere. We're definitely going to have enough to power the the Forestry device for a while. We'll see how long, but it's still pumping. And rather than stack more tanks on top, I thought it was time to get the refinery going. So we're going to need a couple pieces of wooden transport pipe made waterproof with the pipe waterproof, which is just cooked cacti that then you place in a crafting table. So let's place that there, and let's connect it with the refinery with a piece of stone waterproof pipe. I believe gold waterproof pipe is recommended for flow, but you know, our needs are minimal enough. It seems like this is doing us just fine. So let's put a redstone engine there, and then let's power it up. So we need some more sticks, and let's make, actually we'll need at least 2 levers, so let's make those right now. And okay, get that going, and let's see if we actually get oil moving into the refinery. That looks good, and that's doing it too. Apparently, I think both of these can fill with oil, so that's good. Let's see if we can do this before we need to add more glass to the top of that, which I'm prepared to do if I have to. Now we need to power this, so let's get our first combustion engine down, and I think we'll need 2 for this, so let's put that down too. And I got some gold conductive piping. This is going to be my first use of this. I'm going to do a shift right click, get that, and where's our little wrenchy wrench? Right there. And let's turn this around. It's not happening. How did he do it? Let's see if we take that off and put it back. Still won't do it. Well, hopefully that's going to work for now. And this is going to need to connect to there. So hopefully we're not losing any energy in that kind of short run. Now that's full. That's getting full. I'm getting nervous. I'm going to go ahead and put some more tanks on that, and then we'll continue with this. I probably don't need to, but I want to.